Welcome, everyone. This is episode 10 of the Camera Stew podcast.
I'm Dr. Dan.
I'm Paul.
And I am Tim.
Our guest for this episode is Dave Gallagher. In May of 1991, Dave graduated from RIT with a Bachelor's of Science degree in Imaging Technology. His first digital image was taken with a Kodak camera. It was a 1.3 megapixel beast fitted to the back of a Nikon F3, tethered to a 15-pound digital storage unit hanging over his shoulder. It was ugly, heavy, and slow, but he was hooked. He felt thrilled and honored to have the absolute latest technology in imaging. The concept of eliminating the silver halide chemical process with electronic pixels amazed him. Fast forward 25 years. Dave now works long hours at his industry-leading company, Capture Integration, in Atlanta, Georgia. Dave's company is at the forefront of digital capture distribution, and his clients are some of the world's best photographers. Take a look at CaptureIntegration.com to find out more about Dave and his terrific company.
We are recording live during the seminars, so please bear with us. There's some background noise from the instructors and students. If you go to our YouTube site, you can see some of the behind the scenes while we are talking away with our guests. If you haven't attended one of the Shoot the Centerfold seminars, this is a must-see event. You will receive world-class instruction from the industry's leading photographers in fashion and glamour photography.
Sponsors for this show are Lightwear, maker of the finest photography equipment cases on the planet, the choice for some of the world's top professional photographers. You can see a full range of their products on lightwearinc.com. Foursquare, the innovative, lightweight, modular softboxes and light modifiers for use with speed lights and full-size strobe heads. The Foursquare block can be adapted for just about any speed light currently being made. Dr. Dan's highlight discs, they give a big studio strobe a very unique and precise highlighting effect. Available exclusively at lightweardirect.com. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoy this episode of Camera Stew.
Oh, shit. There you go.
Oh, should
All
I
right.
say shit
Got
on
some-
this?
Wait, you're not recording this.
Oh, we are?
No.
Even
My
as we
headphones
talk.
aren't on yet, damn it.
That's okay. That's
Great.
okay.
Put that in the damn...
It will help you there. There you
Yes.
go. Good.
Okay, great. We're recording when I'm...
Well, we haven't met. I'm Dr. Dan.
Hello, Dr. Ted.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to
And
meet you.
It's Dave.
It's Dave Gallagher.
Dave Gallagher. Not to be associated with Gallagher, the watermelon smasher.
No, not a part of the...
Not even
part of the-
related.
No, even if he was, I wouldn't admit it.
Oh, see, there you go.
There you go.
Okay, need to have you on mic
Okay,
there. There you
great.
go. Yes, straight into it. Perfect. So how are you?
Doing great. Well, how can you not be great being here?
I know,
Right?
right? Yeah. Now, have you been to SCC event before?
My company has. We've been involved for quite a few years. It's always been... We'll send someone from the local area.
Right.
But as we've known Yarmo a little bit better and the event has grown, and of course we have grown as well, we decided to take more control and be a part of it to a large degree.
Yes.
When we're here, it was important for me to make sure things go smoothly, to bring in more people. And you can see that we really are being the technology experts here.
Yeah.
So we brought our whole crew. We're not a whole crew, we're about 5 guys in. Brought the manufacturer in. We brought the whole control stations, all of the capture stations, and the digital equipment. And so making sure that everything runs smoothly. We brought our big guns in.
Very good.
I'm gonna dial it back a bit here. You started as a shooter, didn't you?
You know,
As he hesitates, he doesn't want to admit
where
to
do we
it.
start that?
We're hesitating here.
Yes,
Yes.
because to me, I've never called myself a photographer.
Really?
While I have a degree in imaging technology, I don't
See,
press
I
a,
always thought you were a shooter.
I don't press a button for a living.
No,
And-
I know that.
And it
but
always
you-
has bothered me, those people who, I'm a photographer. No, I'm not. While I love the medium, I love tearing it apart, building it back up, all the technology of it, I've never shot for a living. So no, I wasn't a shooter, but I have a degree in imaging technology from RIT. I've been in it since the beginning and have loved it, but I've always been on the backside. It's much less stressful for me, and I know that sounds strange, but making sure the technology works is where my brain is working.
Oh, that's
If
great.
I had any talent, then maybe I'd be a shooter, but since I don't have any talent, I have to be on the other end.
So it's closer to a digital tech on steroids.
Yeah, I mean, the degree set me up at RIT for imaging technology we built emulsions, and we had
right.
chemistry and D-log H curves and the optics, and we learned the physics of the medium.
Sure.
And then after knowing that, digital just started when I graduated, and so it was really nice to evolve with something else that was evolving at the same time. So it just was the right timing, and I've owned now my own company for 12 years. And it's been amazing. We've done quite well.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's great. Well, I know that you had knocked on my door once in coming into Denver, and that was several years ago. How did you get started up with Phase One and the companies that you've got? I mean, it seems like all of a sudden there wasn't, and then there was Dave.
And there was
Dave.
Dave.
It's like then there was Dave.
That's great. Let's see. Went from college and went right from my co-op to the company I co-op for a living. So that was C&R Braun. So I did 5 years as a sales manager for C&R Braun.
Okay.
And then
that explains a lot right there.
And then Calumet said, we're going to open up a new division. We're going to call it Calumet Digital Solutions. We're going to put people in vans and bring them all across the country. And you're going to schlep our gear in the regions.
Oh, you were a
Right?
schlepper.
And so for 4 years, I was with Calumet Digital Solutions. And then Phase One said, we don't want to lose any more to you in the region. We'd like for you to come to work for us.
Oh.
Okay.
And so it was 4 years for Phase One. And then I said, why am I doing this for everybody else? I've put my time in. I've schlepped too much.
I know.
Right?
I know
what
what
you were.
I've
Schleppers.
done my time. I can do this better than everyone else. And took a mortgage on my house, bought a Hasselblad 503, bought an H25, literally $50,000 in the mortgage on the house, and said, I'm starting capture integration.
So
Excellent.
describe capture integration. What is it exactly for people who don't
Sure.
know who are listening right now?
Sure. So I've lived in Atlanta for 25 years. Atlanta's not an A-plus photo city. I hate to say it. So, it's not New York, Chicago, L.A. And so living in Atlanta, I love it. I can't tell you how much I love the city and the surroundings and the South and the congenial atmosphere. While moving into my own company, the thought was, okay, do we go to a bigger market? Right? Because this isn't the largest market. But it was really easy. No, it wasn't really easy. With hard work, it was easy to make yourself a name nationwide by working harder than anybody else, by having that southern take care of the customer hospitality.
Yes.
That's what I'm looking for. And that resonated nationwide, where we really cared about our customers and we really took it to the next level. And when it came to education, how I wound up in Denver is that we decided that
Time for
we're
education.
going to show
What it can do.
nationwide
Yes.
our level of education so that people gave us a reason to go to Atlanta for business. Why would you go outside of New York or LA?
Right.
Why would you go to Atlanta for photo business? And so we started doing nationwide tours to show there's a reason, the way we did business differently, or the value added that we gave. And so that's where we kind of came out of the blue, and just because we just worked harder.
Worked harder and sounded like customer service.
Correct.
Was huge.
So do you find a lot of your repeat businesses from customer service? I would think that it's got to be at least 90%, if not more.
Really feel like we don't lose customers. It really would. It bothers me more to lose than it does to win. Right?
Yeah.
To lose a customer means
Yeah.
what did we do wrong? Why do we fix that?
Right.
And so we actually do quite well with gaining people who weren't happy somewhere else and said they didn't get. I needed to be treated right coming to us. So
Well,
yes.
the customer's spending a good chunk of money. And when you have other vendors who could care less about giving you the time of day, it seems like anyone who says, yeah, it's noon, would you like a coffee?
Yeah.
It's an entirely different take on it. So that's terrific.
Well, as it should be. I mean, this is not inexpensive stuff, as you stated.
No, yeah.
Right. This is high technology. This takes education. This takes support. Everybody in our company has our cell phones on the web, and you can call us at any time during the weekend or at night. And we get phone calls from Australia
I
on
can
a
imagine.
Saturday
I can
Oh my
imagine.
that said, I'm on set and this just happened.
Oh, wow.
Right? And so we
Oops.
take those calls.
Yeah.
Because that's why they came to us to begin with. We get calls from New York City and said, I'm a fine artist, and I was told that you were the guys to go to because I need that extra level of service. And so it's word of mouth, definitely.
So have you found that the Phase 1 back has given you any issues in your?
Everything gives you issues.
Well, I mean issues.
Are you married?
Yes.
I love my wife, but she gives me issues. Don't put this on.
Well, sorry.
Too late.
No,
I mean, it's a mechanical thing. It's solid state. And the only thing that Tim and I have worn out of my back is the frickin' firewire connection.
Sure.
In
Well,
and
but
out.
it's
out.
This is not a recent back.
No, it's not a recent back, but it's the only thing on that's ever gone wrong. And it's like, okay, it's solid state. Does it ever wear out?
Well, do you see that we're not here with another manufacturer?
Well, that's true.
Right.
I understand.
Right.
But I'm just asking the
No,
question.
sure, no. But what matters to me is if someone's going to trust me and my company, then the products that we sell, we better believe in, and we better know that they work, right? There's a lot of products we don't sell, and there's a reason we don't sell them. If we don't feel strongly either about the support in the U.S., getting repairs overseas, or getting a good response from the manufacturer when there is an issue, then we don't want to be a part of it because that looks bad upon me. And so
Right, exactly.
I sell products that work,
Right,
And
right.
honestly, the Phase, as you said, we've got an old back. It's been around for a long time.
Oh, I'd say hundreds of thousands of actuations on that back, if not more.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
it's a horse that doesn't quit.
Yeah.
Just doesn't quit.
That's the way. We hear that all the time. We have 200,000, 300,000 shots on the backs, and it just works the way it's supposed to. Honestly, if you pay that kind of money, that's what you want.
Well, yeah. When I wrote that initial check, it was like not much less than the one that's over here.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I was going, well, I'm going to, that mortgage? Okay. Yeah, at the time, my wife just looked at me and said, are you crazy? Are you, no. And it's, it's
But
proven.
we're still using it all the time.
Yeah,
As
every
you
day.
get older, your time matters.
Oh, absolutely.
As I get older, I want to simplify. Right? I want to
Yes.
simplify, and I
Absolutely.
want less drama. I
Yes.
want ease of work, and I
Yes.
don't want to think about things.
Yes.
And so you get what you pay for.
That's why this young man is with me.
Yeah. Excellent. Totally understand.
You know where I'm coming from.
Totally understand. So what you drive, what you invest in, changes as you grow with experience.
Yes.
And knowing that a product I can invest a little bit more in, but I won't have the downtime. I won't have
The
this,
issues.
Yes.
The
It matters
issues.
more to me. So things change as you have more experience.
So where do you see the market going from here? Where do you see the future of capture integration? What's going to happen in the market that we're not aware
Let's
of?
talk about 100 megapixels.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
That's a lot.
Everybody
a
says,
lot.
why the heck? And they probably use different language than heck.
Well, they probably
Right.
use hell, but that's okay.
Do I need 100 megapixel? Yeah. So here's the thing. I've been doing this since the beginning. And when they had a 6 megapixel, it was replaced with an 11. And when the 11
Came
got
out, and then it was
replaced with
12.
16, yep.
Right.
Then it got replaced with a 22. And really it was about 22 where I started hearing, we're never going to need more than this. This 22 is amazing. It's full page spread, right? It's all the
Right.
resolution I need for 8.5 by 11. And then the 31 came out. And then the 40 came out. And every single time I hear the same thing. Oh, I don't need more than this. Until you shoot with it. And then you go, I can't
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
son of
ma.
a, my God, I
Yeah.
want this, right? You
Right.
see what it does. You see the dynamic range. You see
That's what I was just going to say. You see more dynamic range to me, to my eye, than anything else.
I've never seen it like I've seen in the 100.
Yeah, it's just like, well, yeah, it's sharp, but boy, look at all the graduation and tones and separation. It's amazing.
That's
It's
the
amazing.
reason. You don't necessarily need it until you shoot it, and then you see what it does, and you go, yes, I do. I do need it. So it's been amazing. Digital and medium format has been said it's dead for so long and so many years. The Kodak, I don't remember 1D or
DCS.
that was the medium format killer, and then the Nikon D1 was the medium format killer, and then the Canon 5DS was the
Oh my
medium format
God.
killer. The history has always been this next product that comes out.
Right.
Medium format's over. I don't need medium format anymore. there's always going to be a high end.
Yes.
There's a different look to medium format. And where I present and I market my company is that you can't get better than us, period. And it doesn't matter what product it is. We are the high end, and then this goes with all companies, whether you're a photographer or marketing. You want to go to the one that you trust that has give you the highest quality, and that's how I market my company. You can't do better than capture integration. With 100 megapixels, you can't go down the street and get more than 100 megapixels.
Right. The thing that interests me, and since you went to school for it, is the technological evolution of what's coming and what are we capable of. It has a horizon that's absolutely, I think it's unlimited, untapped. It's evolving at such a fast rate.
Well,
that
it's interesting.
It's just kind of snowballing.
Yes and no. Yes and no. I hear that all the time, and I hear, this Sony. It's amazing. It's caught up with medium format. And so just the other day, I grabbed our Sony because we sell Sony as well, and they're great products. And I said, I shot it at my desk, literally, and said, okay, that's good, but that's not great. And I grabbed a P45 off my shelf. I shot a 10-year-old digital back, right at my desk, right through the studio, and went, my God, look at the difference. ISO was excellent in the Sony. Old back couldn't come close. The technology of the Sony was nice. The dynamic range of the 10-year-old digital back was a good half stop to 3/4 of a stop better of a 10-year-old digital back in the Sony system. So while things are progressing and technology is getting better, I don't think people have that frame of reference of where we were with the high end so long ago.
Right.
You do. You've
Yeah,
been shooting it.
I've been shooting,
right?
yeah. So it's a big difference.
So while technology is changing and progressing, at what level? Is it really is it really progressing at the level you think it is? 100 megapixel is amazing. I mean, the technology that we have today in the medium format, we have the high ISO, we have full frame 645, we have dynamic range that I've never seen.
Right.
But I'm used to it. I'm spoiled, right?
Yeah,
I'm spoiled, but what I've
exactly.
had before this.
Right.
Yeah.
And so while I'm happy with it, thrilled with it actually, I know that we're going to have better, and we know we're going to have more. But it's, I can tell you this: we are so back ordered on the product from January. I've never seen this kind of back order in the history of what I've done. So that means we're selling medium format high end better than ever today. Where many people thought, well, it's not going to be around.
Yeah.
It's the best year ever.
That's excellent. That goes along with what I'm thinking is it's kind of the beginning. It's bubbling, it's snowballing, and the best is yet to be seen. Yes. I think it's going to evolve to a point where people are like, I can't believe it. I just can't believe that we're getting this kind of dynamic range, this kind of clarity, this kind of speed, this kind of ISO performance, this type of image capturing ability that could never have been done back in my days of shooting 8x10.
Oh, sure.
It just never.
Oh, sure.
And with the ease of doing it, too.
Gregory Crutzen is a customer of mine, and he just had a big opening in New York. Fabulous opening just last month for his new book. And when I converted him from 8x10 film to at that point, it was only 60 megapixel digital, I saw him at a keynote lecture and waited to the end because I hadn't seen him for a couple months, and went up to say hello after the long crowd had cleared, and he grabbed me by the shirt and he pulled me behind the screen, and I was like,
uh-oh,
damn, no. Gregory's pissed. Right? Oh no.
So poo's about to fly.
Like, oh no. And he said, Dave, I am so happy. I said, I used to do a focus stack of 8 and now I'm doing 2. He said, I'm seeing dynamic range in the shadows that I never saw with 8x10 film. And so to hear someone at that stature, at that knowledge, of that experience of 8x10 who was the 8x10 fine art guy, to tell me that, I don't have to talk anymore. It just confirms everything that I felt.
Reaffirmation about what you believe. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So how was that keynote speak?
He's awesome. Which one?
The one you just met with.
If you don't know Gregory, you need.
I know of him.
You need to know his work, and he is as an exceptional gentleman as he is as an artist, and so that's why I love those clients that I can get behind, saying, you know what, this guy doesn't have that ego. He is as good of a person as he is amazing talent.
Right.
And so Cathedral of the Pines is his new book, and you should go take a look. It's amazing work.
Now he's working in the Everglades or the.
Cruton is based in New York.
Oh,
He shoots in Massachusetts.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Now I know. I was thinking of the guy that was shooting the Everglades, and that it's not
Clyde
the same.
Butcher.
Yes.
You're thinking of
Thank
Clyde.
you.
Yep.
Yes.
And Clyde has moved.
Yeah,
and
that's
shooting digital now.
Okay.
But Clyde he went from 11 by 14, 8 by 10, and now he shoots on a Cambo Actus. Have you seen what a Cambo Actus is?
Yes, I have.
It's this
these guys
small,
may not have,
compact view
little
camera you can hold in your hand.
Yes.
Oh my
And he
God.
puts his Sony on the back,
Oh,
and he
really?
stitches his Sony on the Cambo Actus. It's great. But to see him, you know what? You've been doing it for so long, to see the energy and how enthused he is, and to grab that love again, and you kind of rekindle something. It's great to see him shooting that. Even though he's got a Sony Actus, it's like really 8 by 10 to a view camera you can hold in your hand.
Yeah.
Okay, but he's happy and it's wonderful. It's great to see the technology keep on working.
So in your days of hard work getting the company started, what do you think the for those that are listening was your most important thing that you did? Cold calling, knocking on the doors, making your list.
It's easy. One thing. Well, there's lots of things, but the number one thing is not worrying about the profit today, but making the right decision, right? Making the right decision that was right for the customer, and not that one sale, right? Don't get your profit up high and say, I'm gonna really get this money, and then the customer never comes back. Make sure you don't recommend a product that's not right for the customer. So doing the right thing for the customer today and not worrying about whether I made the maximum profit.
Right.
Telling a customer, no, don't buy. We do that all the time, did it from the beginning, and that matters to me. So I think the reputation.
It's kind of like telling the truth.
Right.
Well, you know what? I have a sales operation, right? And you could hire people in sales that don't tell the truth.
That's right.
I know that sounds
Run into
normal,
that a
but
couple
Really?
times.
but photo retailers get a really bad name. They really do, because do they know the product, or are they just pushing a box over the counter? And then they
I
aren't
won't go
telling
there.
you the truth.
I won't go there.
Yeah. You have some background. You can understand what I'm saying, and you don't need to go any further.
No.
So how we grew and how we set ourselves apart and what we did that was right was doing the right thing. What crazy business
Does the right thing.
Exactly.
It's 101, right?
Well, it is now. For those that are successful, it is now.
Mm-hmm.
There are still those, I think, out there that, if I can't maximize
Right.
their sale, I'm not gonna go there. Mm-hmm. But I think in this industry, it's become small enough that word travels fast. So fast.
There's large companies that are no longer in business that were nationwide just last year,
I understand.
right? That when they went out of business, I bought their inventory.
Oh, that's where it went. Oh, I'm sorry.
We won't name any names, but it's good to see it come around. It's good to see that when you do the right thing, you can stay on your feet and work
exactly.
hard, and it will pan out.
So what do you see on the horizon, the technology? I mean, we're at 100 megapixel, excellent dynamic range.
Yeah.
Where do you see manufacturers, engineers, what have you, R&D going to in development?
Well, let's talk about what's going away, because I think that matters. I do high-end. I do medium format, large format.
Right.
It's very interesting to think that Copal is no longer being made. So Copal shutters are dead. There's whatever Copal shutters are left on the shelf in inventory, that's all that will be made. Schneider, while it's maybe not national news, stopped making large format digital photographic optics.
Right.
They no longer sell them. And so you can see the market changing now. We've been selling road stock large format optics for a long time because of design and how it works with our system. And so it's not dead, but where things are changing is mechanical Copal shutters, what manufacturers making the optics, where do we go on the large format? I strongly believe in garbage in, garbage out, along with get it right on the front end. So if I need to do depth of field and control and perspective control, I need to do that on the front end. I believe in the large format, or let's say view camera. with tilt swings movements. But people don't care anymore. It bothers me to see that I'm going to do it in post. And
it's always, well, let's fix it in post.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. Let's fix it in post. No, let's do it right.
let's stretch those pixels to get perspective control in post. Right? I believe in that. But unfortunately, if the market doesn't drive it, the manufacturer will go away.
Yes.
Exactly.
And I'm
true.
worried about that because I believe in the front end, and I'm worried that not a lot of people. I feel like almost that we're at that fast food society, and I just want it quick. And
Yes, we are.
We are.
so that's while I'm concerned where will we go from here, that's my biggest concern.
I know that. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Dave. I didn't.
No, that's go ahead. You
go.
That's why my biggest concern. Every time I think that we can't do any better, there's that new system that comes out that blows me away. I own these systems. They're on my shelf, and when I go shoot on the weekend, I'm blown away every time I pick it up. And so, even though I'm familiar with it and know what it will do, when I go back and post and I pull those detail out of the highlights that I never was, because I'm blown away every single time, even though I've done it before. And so, I'm just happy to be in the technology, and I know it's going to keep on going.
Well,
See
here's
where
a
it goes.
question
Hold
for
on
you.
tight.
You gonna get into motion? Or did I? Okay.
Well,
I guess we won't go there.
let's
on
go
this,
there. Let's go there, because
on
it's
this
important.
Conversation.
I'm a retailer. All right, I'm a systems integrator. We essentially for 90% of what I do, I sell product. We're a Walmart society, and motion is bought in the box movers today. And that's just reality. When it comes to box movers, the big guys, they
but
they
there
move
isn't.
that product
Okay.
at a level that I can't compete with. And now that's at the low end level and the middle level. So if you want to be the high end video guy, you can be. And I believe there's those guys that can do a really good job at high end video. But that's different in 100% of the photographic technology and lingo and support of what we do. We are the best you can do in still and high end still. And to go into that other market, if I can't be the best in it, I'm not sure I want to invest in it today.
Okay.
So
All right.
it's
That's
kind
fair.
of
That's
focusing your company in the right direction. We're focused to be the best that we can be, not even in the nation, but internationally of what we do. And going into motion, I didn't feel like we could do that properly today, and so I haven't done it yet.
Very, very good answer. Makes sense.
Well, I could say based on my experience there, I feel that there's room for somebody at the top.
Oh, I believe there is too.
Okay, good.
I'm not saying that I don't believe there is.
We're on the same page.
Yes, we are on the same
page.
page there. But having a reputation that's strong in the industry, it's really hard to get that reputation.
Oh,
It's
I agree.
really easy to lose it.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's why, again,
I understand.
I haven't gone.
I understand. But I had to ask the question.
Sure.
So how do you think this has been going for you?
This, as in this last couple days?
As in this last couple
Let's
of days?
see, let's
you getting
go.
warm and fuzzy?
Let's
You
go.
getting frustrated? You getting...
Frustrated?
Yeah.
We're in Miami.
Yeah?
This is
We're
true.
with the world's most beautiful women.
Yes?
Yes.
We're 2 days.
Maybe it's not frustration I should be saying.
We've got
Frustration of another sort.
using the
He's married, though. He has children.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yes, of course.
My wife put on Facebook, "You don't go out for burgers when you have steak at home."
Oh, see, there
That's
you
exactly
go.
correct. I have one of my own.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could
that's
go any
exactly-
further, but
Yeah,
that says it all.
That says it
Right,
all.
says, but how am I doing the last couple of days? All that.
It's
been
kind of
amazing.
fun, isn't it? It's like a fun time.
It's one of those cliche things. If you love what you do, it's not work.
That
We're
is-
having a
that
great
is
time.
correct.
It's cliche. This is
Right.
where you. If I had to put some things together when I was in high school, what I wanted to do for a living, it'd be here today, right now, doing what we're doing.
Excellent.
For certain.
That's
Fantastic.
great. That's great. So how many people do you have working for you now? I know we talked about this a little bit earlier.
14.
14. And it's a challenge, isn't it?
Wow.
It is. I have to admit.
I have a degree in imaging technology. I do not have a degree in
business
sociology, right, or psychology.
Yes. It's a challenge.
It's a challenge. It's my biggest challenge. You can see why we're here and why I was on
absolutely.
set with Yarmo. I know what I'm doing on that end.
Yeah.
When it comes to all the other parts of the business, that's been the hardest part, is learning how to have all those other hats.
And I think that's a lot of things about what Yarmo's talking about, is learning how to work with other people. Because I don't have a degree in business management, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, you learn how to be a psychiatrist and a psychologist and an MD and a sociologist and a good listener.
Yeah.
And then you have to bite your tongue.
After making the mistakes, I learned that I had to change me.
Yes,
Right?
that is
I had
correct.
to change how I react to
Yes.
people. I had to listen to them and learn how to treat each person differently
Isn't that it?
for
That's-
their
yeah.
personality.
Yes.
And that I had to always step back, breathe,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
and really let them make the mistakes. Mistakes aren't a problem. The
Yeah.
third time you make the mistake is the
Is the
problem.
problem,
right?
yeah.
Mistakes will happen. We're all human. And so it's a learning experience, but I'm thrilled. I'm blessed to be where I am in
Well, that's
every
good.
facet.
That's great. That's great. So how old are your children?
I have 13, 14, 15.
Oh, you still have young ones.
I have a 15-year-old daughter.
I understand.
Yes,
I've been there.
and
I've been there.
That
Wait till the
can you
boyfriend.
see the top of my head right
Wait,
now?
wait till the
hair?
boyfriend that
Have you
comes
seen
home
his
and
head?
says,
Yeah, exactly.
"See, yours
Is this what I have to look forward to?
That's exactly
oh,
correct.
my. Okay.
I now have one married
Do you?
last August,
Congratulations.
and it was
Wonderful.
like, he's gonna ask me today for her hand in marriage.
Man.
Oh my God! And that's exactly.
How was that feeling? Were you happy? Were you
Well,
excited?
fortunately, he's a great guy.
Good.
And had he not been a great guy, I don't know what I would have
Sure.
done.
No.
But boy, I tell you, when that comes in your life, you're like, uh-oh. All of a sudden, there's
Yeah,
this
I
big...
remember Paul coming in the office a couple of days after, and he just looked shell-shocked. He's just like walking around, like staring at the floor.
It's a momentous occasion when all of a sudden you feel like your child is now stepping into the world without you.
Yes.
Without you.
Yes.
And that is such a transition for a father to accept, that the little one that you've created and you have fed and have schooled all of a sudden makes the announcement, I'm stepping into the world on my own.
Yeah.
I tell you, everything that goes through your head is just amazing. It is absolute. You remember the day they were born. You remember the kindergarten play. You remember high school graduation. You remember the soccer team. You remember everything. I mean, it's like this flash happens in front of you. Oh my God. They're really going to get married and I'm out of the picture?
I'm coming home early. Now early to me is 5. Right?
Okay, all
I'm
right,
coming home
right.
early and doing algebra at the dinner table.
There you go.
With one of them.
Yeah, it
and
goes-
she's hating it, but I'm thinking at the same time how much I'm loving it. Seriously.
Oh.
Absolutely.
I'm having that time, even though they're struggling a little bit. I'm sitting down at the dinner table doing math with my daughter, and I know I'm going to look back, just like you say right
Yeah,
now.
you
and go,
will.
how wonderful that time was. So
Yes.
I'm cognizant today of it.
Excellent.
Emerson has prose that says success. You ever seen his success prose where it says if you've made one life a little better, then you've succeeded? That's my success. Success isn't, I mean, yes, it's wonderful to have a company.
Right.
Success is getting your children to that level and growing them, making them intelligent, nurtured adults who haven't killed themselves, haven't killed me, haven't done something crazy. You know,
Exactly.
they've got to that point in life where we've grown them. That's success.
Yeah,
That's
that
what I'm
is
looking
true
forward to, Paul.
success.
I
Yeah.
can't imagine.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Definitely enjoy it. Well, Dave, thank you very much for being with
You're
us.
very welcome. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having
I
me.
enjoyed listening
It's
to you.
been a pleasure.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Appreciate
it's been
that.
good.
Thank
Got
you.
some motivating words there.
Excellent. Well,
Thank
you for having me.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Camera Stew with guest Dave Gallagher. Stay tuned for more episodes with guests from the Shoot the Centerfold seminar.
If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe on iTunes and on YouTube, and don't forget to share it with your friends. This episode and others are also available directly at camerastew.com. If you'd like to see some of our work, you can find links to each of our sites as well as the social networks we participate in, all listed on the bio page on camerastew.com. Rating and reviewing the show is, as always, a huge help. If you have suggestions for the show or have someone you'd like us to talk with, please send us an email to camerastew@gmail.com. From all of us at Camera Stew, thanks for listening.